Well, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks again for tuning in. If you haven't done so already, make sure to smash the thumbs up button because we just hit 100% accuracy for the day trading. So that's phenomenal. You can really hope for nothing more than 100% accuracy and not losing on any trades. So we have all the live trades and audio coming up for you here in just a second. Really, our main goal is to provide some really awesome content for you guys to learn from each and every day on this channel when it comes to trading. So hope you guys like what we have coming up. Stay tuned.
All right, well, we got about a minute. Yeah, we got a minute before open here, minute 15. See, like that looks like a bear flag, right? You would typically look and go, that's a bear flag. That should go down, right? So AHT, I mean that right there to me, it's a little bear flag in there. Starting to snap to the downside. It's arguably high up on the day. We're right on these longer term resistance. So I was really anticipating this would at least drop out of the gates. And we've seen it, you've seen how it's reacted before, right? We would drop and then instant wick candle buyback, instant drop, wick candle buyback. So I kind of also feel like the drop down of this drop down is going to be like really quick. It could be get bought right back up. I just don't see this trending down super fast and hard, but hey, maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I feel like it's going to be like a down, bounce up, trend down, bounce up. It's just a real kind of choppier grind. This is AHT. So I mean, we started the day. We're not even on a red candle. Day started with the green candle here with AHT. I mean, if you look at the chart on the right, I mean, theoretically, like that's this market today. Like from this perspective, trend is at 599 and the price is at 567. So theoretically, this is a monster gap to fill back down to trend support on our right screen. Like that's the way you view that. I'm just going to sit with the 346 shares. I'm not going to try to leverage up on this, even though I can short 4,000. I don't feel comfortable about shorting it here with that size. So I'm just going to kind of sit. If this fades out with the 346, that's cool. So that's our first support level that we want to get through here on the downside with a short at 558, right? That's the first. Oh, come on. I don't have my drawing tools correct right now. Boo-hoo. So here we are. That 558, that's the first level we want candles closing below on the downside for the short to continue paying out in the immediate. This is where the bulls want to hold. They want to make sure they hold this trend in the immediate because that can help reverse a long move back up. That's what they're trying to do, is hold this long. So far, volume system suggests there wasn't a whole lot of people selling on that candle. Well, there was, but maybe not anymore. So we're coming back to some buyers on that. Looks like 100,000 to the buy, 62 to the sell. Is that right? I might be doing that wrong. I could be. Yeah, so strength was 97% to it looks like to the upside on that. Either way, still just going to sit in the short. I'm really not concerned about it. See what I was saying though? Like you see how it dropped down and then the candle came right back up. Did that kind of fade? Like that's what I kind of expected this movement to feel like. I didn't expect we would just instantly just snap down and just destroy every bull's life this morning. I figured it'd be more of a cuts by, was it death by 1,000 cuts? Yeah, that's what I figured it'd be more like. A little more challenging. So far, it's still holding up impressively well. There are some big sellers. Added another 100 shares short. Instantly, the candle drops out. So I covered most of my short there into that drop. Probably should have held a little more. But that was the thing. It was such a nice drop there. I could easily take off those 400 shares and get the P&L at a $600 day there. So why not? I mean, I might be willing to trade more bearish on this, but I'd have to see the setup. And right now I guess I kind of feel it, but whatever. Now I just got 46 shares of free money, which won't really net anything, very small, but hey, money's money, right? So we'll just let those 46 shares fade for now, with the final target probably being of like $5, 507, which we'd have to get through this price action here first. You can see it's got this little price level at like 533. So don't be surprised if you see a couple traders buy green here. So this is really the way it's going to go. I'll just point with a bunch of arrows, like what it looks like. Okay. First, we're off that level, green candle. Next level is going to be 516, which is that blue one. And then the next level after that is going to be 507. So on the way down, you anticipate, okay, down, little bullish buy. Okay. If this level fails, next target's going to be the blue line. We always anticipate that's going to fail. And then we'd hope to go down further, which would take us to that 507. Like that's really kind of the way that would all come into play, at least for now. So far, that's a good bounce back. Might be able to do something with that in a bit. All right. DNK. I know you guys were saying something about that. Yeah, that's just a gigantic push there with DNK. All right, there goes AHT through that level we talked about around like 530 or something. Now we'd anticipate that we're going down to the 519 price. So 519 on AHT. Yeah, I might make like another $30 with this trade with these small shares of 46 shares. I'm kind of looking at DNK right now. It's not on the screen because I'm still watching this AHT move. But long-term 4-hour resistance for DNK, I have at 498. Okay. Daily chart longer-term resistance is, we actually already hit it. It's at about 458. So that could have been the reason for that top around 451 with DNK. I really am hoping that when I search up shares or short on DNK, it allows me. No, so I won't be able to trade bearishly on DNK, even though I'd like to if it got over the price of 493. So I won't be actively short. I have watched everything long bias. Probably just pass on that. It was a good long move to start the day, but for right now, I can't really muster up a whole lot to do with DNK. Maybe if the trend's going to continue up, it's most likely this candle's going to bottom out, somewhere around 386 or so, and then it'll pick back up. So there's the first level on the right that's tagged that now we're at 523 on AHT. So there's that blue line there. Now, we would anticipate market will end up fading through this. It's usually a little stopping point where we hesitate, but typically we anticipate that's going to snap and we would head down to the 509 price there. So I am adding a little bit short here with AHT, just a couple hundred so far, thinking that this pullback will resume. And then we kind of trend a little lower down towards the 509 price. It might be a little challenging to get there and quickly because we've already moved down quite a bit with AHT to start. So it actually might be a little bit more challenging, but hopefully not. There we go. So still would like to see 509. The question is this the bottom? Put in a decent buy candle there. Chewy's still going long. We need this to not get bought up. We want to see that keep fading down to that 509. Average is 539, so I'm still in a winning trade regardless here. Even if it comes, I mean, I have up to basically the high of that red candle. Previous red would be my entry price anyways. All right, so here we are. Sorry about that. Let's see if we can get this just to fade a little lower. Come on, the 509 target's what we really want there. JMIA though, yeah, like I said, that's had a really good move today. DNK is on the scanner again. Looks like it hit a price of 496. This was exactly the price I was anticipating you might see. And this is where I was essentially looking to go short, right? If I could have gotten shares to short, this is where I would start considering getting in short. Had news yesterday, no news this morning, but pretty much anything over the $5 price, I would be short bias on. It's even into this 497, probably starting small in the 490s and then adding heavier over 5 on the short. So up to 1,000 shares short on this now. It's definitely going through a short squeeze, hitting some resistance. So adding more short on this. Up to 1,400 shares short now with AHT. You can see on the right screen, we have that blue trend line. So we're kind of coming up to it, hitting resistance here. So looking for this move to fade back down after this push. So now in 2,200 shares short with AHT. IHT is actually still popping. I didn't think we would get the move higher on that, but it's moving up, sure enough. So far, it's pretty impressive seeing AHT hold this squeeze so far. I apologize if there's some loud noise in the background. We got some people here working today as well. So I do apologize for that. So added some more shares short, up to 2,700 short on AHT now. Yeah, if AHT can start moving, let me just zoom in here. Yeah, if AHT can start getting some candles to close below the price of 539, that would be good. Currently 539 is my average. So, and we got to break this 538. It's been holding this 538 price very well, surprisingly. Not exactly sure why 538, but holding 538 uniquely well. Below that would essentially lead to the short move working. So far, they're holding this well, so it looks like we might actually get squeezed some. Let's see. Let me take a look at it from this. Nah, I remain short AHT. Okay, there's the move lower. There we go. That's better. Again, still, I mean, like I said, remember earlier how the candles would go down quickly and then they instantly kind of get bought back up. Still, again, that sort of movement we're seeing. But I do think we have lower coming. So I'm going to try to, I mean, I'm going to hold through this candle, see what comes next. I'm sorry I haven't looked at much else. I'm just really trying to stay focused on this position here. That arguably looks like a squeeze move. Still decent selling volume overall within that move. The selling volume is slightly decreasing a bit to that pullback as the way it appears. We'll know more once this current 1 minute candle on AHT concludes. Dang it, really? Lame. So you got another candle back down, pretty harsh. No. Give it a sec. Or is that the fakey pop before they swing it back down? That's what I'm wondering. Is this the little fake breakout and then we're actually going to roll this price down? Okay. I want to say, after seeing that break out and have such a harsh candle down on AHT, I thought we might still roll down here on, say, like the next couple candles. So we'll see. I mean, people are still buying it up. Hey, maybe I'm wrong. Again, the short move, again, like I was saying, won't really conclude and work unless prices are down below the 542 mark now. Added a little bit more short there, up to just slightly over 3,000 shares. So added up a little more to 3,200 short. Okay, move starting to come back down in the direction we need. Still will be negative on the trade. Again, average is 540. Oh, we just kind of pop back up. But yeah, average right now is 540. Sort of the target right now on the downside is going to be this 537. First, we got to go through the price we're pretty much at, which is like 543. So through 543 successfully on this AHT, price should come back down to 537. Then through 537 would lead to the greater move to the downside, which would actually pay me out pretty decent. Boom, there we go. So that takes us back down. If you look at the screen on the right of my chart, that took us right back down to the 536 price there, which is that green line. So through this is really what we want on this short move, because that's where the payout's really going to be bigger. All right, so starting to cover into that low. Couldn't get all my shares out that quickly. It was really challenging, but taking some off by the hundreds now. So pretty much all out. All right, and we're going to be done with that trade on AHT. Let me take this off and it'll be done. All right, so all out of AHT. Had to sit through a questionable moment there, but I still was pretty convicted that the trend was down. I'm just not going to try and hammer a short in on that anymore. I mean, that was another good move. So done with that. All done. So again, sorry that it took up so much of my attention there for this morning. All right, so I took 400 shares there on Neo long. Not looking for a gigantic move. But I mean, that 9-day moving average, it held well. Seen a lot of buying there. Closed 200 out of the 400 shares there. Only in 300 shares. So scalped up that move by a little bit. Now just holding 100 shares. And this I would love to see just retrace back on the day, come off that 9-day moving average bottom, 3 deviations on the day to the downside, have it bounce back up, maybe to 44.76 would be the first easily obtainable target here, I could say. We'll see. We'll see if that's the direction the stock wants. So far, the buying volume's 100%. Sorta. We just got a little selling there as soon as I said that, of course. But so far, buying is good. Neo's going the right direction. I just came off of zinging, 4,000 shares almost, so I wasn't really trying to rip a gigantic trade here. Oh, all right, sold another 50 shares there. So just holding 50 shares, making sure that I'm able to keep some profit on this move. I actually fat fingered in 25 shares long on the top of that candle by accident. So far, a little baby move. If Neo is going to keep trending up, ideally our price is going to want to stay over. Hold on, I got to bring it back into play. What is that? Public safety announcement. Order requiring face masks and limited gatherings to save lives. If you don't do this, you're going to become a murderer. You might as well just said that. Scare me a little more. Let's go back, take a look at Neo here. I got to readjust my chat. Yeah, so like I was saying, if this Neo trade is going to keep working, we need it to pretty much stay over the price it's over right now. And if it doesn't, then that's where it gets a little more questionable. So far, the buying on this looks pretty good. But yeah, we want to see Neo hold over this price point, this 43.74. As long as Neo's holding over 43.74 in the immediate, the trend can continue up. If it doesn't, then that's where I would close my 50 shares and maybe readjust. It might be the wrong time. It could work out later. Maybe it doesn't want to work out. Maybe their cards are crap. Maybe it's the worst stock in the world. I don't know. But so for right now, trend's okay. It's staying over the price we need of 43.74. And that's all I have to say there. Danger, danger. Did you know there's a virus on the loose and its name's COVID? Yes, as a matter of fact, I did. That's the only thing I hear about every single day of my life now. Woo, yeah, Neo, go Neo. Wasn't there a oh, that was called Mio, wasn't it? The water flavoring? There was a flavor thing you could do for your water. Was that called Mio? I think it was called Mio. Right? Sounds like Neo, but it was actually Mio, I'm pretty sure. Looks like people are about to get squeezed up on AHT there. Remember, we originally short. I mean, that move is just it's coming back with a little bit of vengeance. Yeah, those chemical flavors, those were the jazz back in middle school. So this Neo, I mean, it pressed up. That would have been like, in this particular setup, that would have been a good candle to actually, take some profit on if we wanted to. It's not, I mean, Neo is not really on any true trend resistance right now. So I was kind of thinking we're still going to inch higher, back up on the day. So we'll see. I mean, it's only 50 shares. Even if it comes all the way back down, I'll still have a winning trade. This just might be one of those situations where we're just going to have to kind of see how this plays out for the next 5 or 10 minutes before we could dictate new trend. Go, Neo. You are the one, as Morpheus would say. Neo, keep it going, bud. Keep it going. Can't you fly? Neo, we know you can fly. Just bend your knees closer to the ground, point your fist in the air, and do your thing, and you take off and fly away. I mean, look at all that volume on Neo so far in that bottom. Again, it wasn't a big position for me, but you can see a lot of strong buying down there. On the volume system has us all green buying. TTM still yellow. Arguably, I think if in the event we start to get through this price, which was one of our first targets of 44.70, I think you'll see TTM shift to baby blue, and then that's probably where I'll consider maybe selling that position, because why not? That was a good trade. Heck, you know what? Whatever. I'm done. I'm cool. All right, so all out of Neo was able to get a little $79 out of that bounce, so I'm happy about that. We got close to the price target there. I mean, that's not a full touch at 44.67, but we got close, and sure, I could see it moving higher on the day, but that was a pretty good obtainable target for a day trade there.